literally like 12. I'm not asleep yet. I have school tomorrow at 8. I should be asleep. Fucking getting rest and shit because my back is fucking sore as hell. I should get like a 7-hour nap. No. Fucking wonder. Like 2 to 7. What is that? 5-hour nap, 2 hours off. At 8 and now I should be going back to sleep, but anyways. I'm literally in the laundry room of the building. There's some shit that's been going on in here that I feel like everybody kind of goes through. It's just not talked about a lot. So it's, I don't know how to describe it. I'm better at writing it. Hence this little notepad. So I'm just gonna read the entry from a while back. Things are, how shall I say, a little bit unsettling. I found myself more and more confused the further I go into this journey. Why is it that I'm fucking competing? Oh yeah, I curse a lot because it's my journal. I find myself more and more confused as I go further into this journey. Why is it that I'm fucking competing? If I describe it to, say, an alien or someone who didn't know anything about bodybuilding, how a competition went in the most technical and brief of ways, I feel they would be mind-boggled. A group of people who for months worked their asses off to get on a stage to be compared and judged by another group of people who have their own subjective definition of beauty. Every person's perception of beauty is different. They can all be looking for different things. Leave all your struggle and hard work to be defined by a couple minutes on stage and be validated by a foot-tall trophy. It's completely out of my comfort zone to do this, to be in the spotlight, to be in the center of the attention, to be held to more of a pedestal, to be held at more on a pedestal. That's it though. That's exactly why I'm doing it, because it is completely out of my zen zone. It was a thought one day that just seemed cool, like, oh, it would be really awesome to compete, and then I said it, and it had to be done. It's like when I get the idea to eat a 5x5 in an Outburger. I thought it, so it shall be. That's a good thing. That's a good and bad side of myself. I can jump the gun real quick without really knowing what I'm getting into. I came into the sport to redefine the game, but I really am just redefining myself. I want to be the living proof that you can manifest anything that you want, as long as you put your heart and mind behind it. I've been in a fucked up place where I continuously fed into my own bullshit. I wasn't fueling my body, mind, and spirit. I was slowly killing myself. It was like I was in quicksand. I could look up and notice the trees and the forest and the grass and appreciate it, but I looked down and I was still sinking. I'm very closed off with my feelings. I don't really express my problems to anyone besides maybe 2 or 3 people, if that. Sometimes not even then, because I'd prefer to drown in my own sorrows rather than bring someone in with me. All the fucked up shit that's happened in my life, both internal and external, I've had to pull myself out of. Both internal and external, I've had to pull myself out of. I had to realize that I was worth more than what I was giving myself credit for. I still struggle with it. Those demons haven't been completely put to rest. Most times I can ignore it. I can bury it deep inside, but the more I do that, the more the shitty feelings pile up on top of themselves and turn into this major shitstorm. It's never pretty. I just start to sink in the quicksand again. They say it's best for a scattered occurrence of small earthquakes to happen. If not, the pressure of the tectonic plates would accumulate so much force that when an earthquake did occur, it would be catastrophic. That's the perfect analogy for how I deal with shit. I'm the catastrophic earthquake. I'm able to literally detach myself from the situation, look at it from an outside perspective as if it isn't really happening to me. It's a defense mechanism I'm sure I've developed from my early childhood. Once I realize, though, that it is me and that it is happening and it is my life, It's like a whole weight of the world has just landed straight on my chest, and then some. It's part of the reason why I fell in love with lifting. It gives me a mental break from over-analyzing situations and feelings, and I'm able to lift some of that pressure off of my chest, literally. Lifting seriously gives you a feeling I wish I could give to everyone in a tangible form, but I can't. But what I can do is make people realize that they can give it to themselves, that they don't have to keep sinking, that they can pull themselves out of the bullshit. That's why I'm honored when people can tell me their biggest fears and strongest desires, that I'm the person that they can vent to and I can help them figure out their situation, that can make them feel less alone. That's really all people need in their life, a little bit of freaking empathy. Someone to be like, hey, I feel your struggle. I'm in the quicksand too, but I'm slowly getting out, and this is how.